Yeah, I mean, this is a little late in the season for the in the bag, but this is actually like where my season really begins. So I played the North Star Open a while back in late May, and then I played Silver Cup. Didn't play at all in July. In early July, and now I have 4 tournaments in 3 weeks. Yes, you heard that right, 4 tournaments in 3 weeks. I have 2 this weekend, 2 round tournaments, 1 B tier in West Bend at Sandy Knoll Riverside, and then 1 C tier at Sandy Knoll both rounds. Oh, I'm really excited. I've played Sandy Knoll before, but it's been a while, and never played Riverside, but I've been there, so I've seen the course, I know what it's kind of like. So I'm excited to actually play there because it's been a while. So first we can go with putters. I am putting with Imperial Eagle 2s. So sticking with the D-line, or not the D-line, the P2s. These are P-line, glow P-line. I picked these up in a trade with one of my buddies at Lake Superior Open last year, and yeah, I mean, I kind of like the D-line a little bit better, but I have no issues with them. These, like, they're not going to hold me back or anything. They look nicer, and I got them for a good deal, so I thought I might as well use them. I'm liking them. They've been putting well. So yeah, hopefully they can continue that when I go into tournaments this weekend, and hopefully can putt really well in the circle. Next, we'll go into my throwing putters. We have from the Stratus putter is a Nova. I love these discs for approach shots. Even if I'm trying to do a long approach jump putt, I use this instead of the P2s because the P2s will fade a little bit more, whereas this one a little straighter. Yeah, but just I like it mainly for standstill approaches, just straight, beam straight. I can put it on any angle I want, and it'll hold it, so yeah, they're really nice. Next is my Silver Cup Glow P2. You've seen this in most videos. I use this quite a bit. Probably my favorite disc in the bag. I don't get to use it as much as I would like. I think it's overcome my TL, honestly, with the Silver Cup stamp and the reliability of the disc. This is just for nice backhand shots. It feels really good in my hand, backhand. I'm not forehanding either of these, but yeah, the Glow makes it a little bit more stable, but it's just a great approach disc, great off the tee. I know it's never gonna go right. Even if I put it on a big ante, it'll come back and flex back and left, so it's a great reliable disc. This is a big change. Discraft zone. Yeah, arguable if it's a putter, if it's a mid-range, right in the middle, approach shot, whatever. But Discraft. Only Discraft in the bag, only non-Innova / Discmania. So only because I don't have any Proto P2s, only non-Innova molded disc in my bag. It's stable, and I know it's reliable. It's always gonna go right when I flick it, so that's why I like it. It's flat, so it feels good in the hand for my approach shots. So yeah, Discraft zone. Next to my mid-ranges, a lot of mid-ranges. We go with least stable to most stable. So least stable, Stingray. This is my utility shots. I can either backhand it, huge annies, or I even flick this thing. It's pretty flat. It's for mid-range. It's very thin. So it's only 4-speed. Same speed as the zone, honestly, but feels fine in the hand. So I throw some huge annie flicks with it, and I know it'll just pan out the entire way. I've got a lot of touch with it, so I'm not throwing burners or rollers with it. So I like this disc a lot for my utility shots. Next we have a flat top rock. This one is a little straighter, so this thing will just you throw it, it'll go pretty straight for approach shots. And if I want to, if there's more of a headwind and I'm trying to do my turnover forehand, it'll be a little more reliable in the wind. So yeah. So this is more of just, it's not beaten enough for what I want. It's a flat top rock again, but this one I don't really throw that much. Just don't really need it. It's just kind of a replacement for either my other rocks or it's more of a bag filler at this point. But I really like the stamp, so yeah. Alright, next we have a DX rock. This one's not flat top, so I prefer this one for my backhands. Dead straight, slight turnover. I can throw turnovers with it, but most of the time just dead straight. That's it, point and shoot. Next I have a KC Glow Rock. This one still has a little fade to it. This one's just my replacement for once that DX one, if it beats in too much or I lose it. This one's not beaten enough to where I want out of a rock. Oh, my rock's dead straight, so it's just kind of there. So I can gradually just keep beating it in, and eventually it'll find its spot in the bag. Alright, next. Say my Glow Rock 3 is a little bit straighter than my other one. This one I don't throw that much, just in case I lose my other Rock 3 that I'll get to. It's a little straighter. I've actually got this at Sandy Knoll, so yeah, that'd be cool to go back there with that. Next, we have this Ice Stout UW Stout rock. Did not go to UW Stout, but I love stamp. People hate that I throw this because it's clear, but I've never lost it yet, so I guess I'm gonna keep throwing it. Nice and stable, reliable in the wind. Great for upshots that are too far for the P2, because it's pretty much the same shot, just long and then nice fade, reliable fade at the end. Last is my Rock X3. So this one is what the zone used to be, this used to be what the zone is. Sorry. But it's kind of just got beaten a little too much, so now it's a little bit less stable. So, whereas the zone, if I roll the wrist a little bit, it's still stable enough it's gonna go right. This one might start going left a little bit too long, and then go right. This actually is pretty straight now, and so it's pretty fun for shots where I want them to just go dead straight on an approach flick, or if whereas the zone, if I try to throw like big SX, put a lot into them because they're so stable. This thing, I know I can put on an anti-angle, but because it's more stable than my flat top or my Stingray, I know it's gonna come back at the end reliably still. So I can go for more S approach shots if I'm in the woods or something. So yeah, it's still got a spot in the bag. I did ace with it actually, Silver Creek Hole 15. So yeah, this was on 7/21, so about 8 days from the anniversary of last year. I hadn't aced with it yet in the bag, so it's cool to mention now. Alright, fairways. Alright, we got the Leopard 3, Champion 3. This thing is nice, reliable disc. You put it on the ante, it'll hold it. Put it on hyzer, nice hyzer flips. Yeah, that's it. I can sometimes flick this off the tee for big, long, ante, fade forehands. It's stable enough for it to hold it and it won't just burn out, so yeah. Next, it's actually pretty similar. This TL, this thing is dead straight. There's just, I don't know, it just feels better in my hand for when I'm trying to throw just straight shots. I don't turn my wrist over as much with it, so it just goes straight. So it's a little bit more stable than the Leopard 3, but honestly, it's getting to a point where it could almost be my Leopard 3. It's just not there quite yet, so Leopard 3 might get taken out of the bag for this eventually once I keep beating it in. This is like my oldest disc in my bag. I've had it in my bag for almost 6 years. It's been in there a long time, so I know this disc well. next, I think I had the FD2 in the bag last year, but with them becoming harder to get and everything, all the ones I had were S-line, which are a little harder to even get than the C-line. I decided to go with start throwing the TBird again, because they fly so similar. This thing, I don't know what it is with the 7502 disc, because Leopard 3, 75-21, I can throw that comfortably in my hand. TL, 7501, only one number difference. Love it. For some reason, I add that that one extra on that fade, and they just become beefcakes in my hands for me. I just can't throw them as far. These probably go as far as my rock. This will go a little bit farther. I know that, but it's not that much, which I don't understand. There's just something about it. I just can't get a hold of these. But this disc is like perfect for headwinds. I know it's never gonna turn over, so that's the big thing. Whereas my TL or my Leopard 3 might turn over in the wind. So we'll go to my control drivers. All right. So now we have my Thunderbird, which is, this is 2 speeds higher, so obviously it's going to fly farther than my TBird. But I've never had an issue with my Thunderbirds ever being as stable as my TBirds or my FD2. These things I can throw way straighter, and they just don't fade as much as my TBirds. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm just like, with the bigger rim, just fits better in my hand. But yeah, Thunderbird. It's a great disc. It's reliable. It's never gonna turn over. Love it. All right, next we have Firebirds. So this blue one is my straightest Firebird. It is also I just chuck it literally for utility Firebird, and it's also my domiest Firebird. So domiest fits best in my backhand, and then it's just this thing I love. I'll throw anything with this thing. Tomahawks, forehand rollers, just crazy weird shots that I don't really care. I've beat the crap out of this thing, and I'm gonna keep beating the crap out of it. It's reliable, but it's gone through a lot, so yeah. Alright, next we have my Glow flat top rock, or Firebird. This one is my next straightest. It's very stable, it's flat top. I can push this one a little bit, but it's still gonna dump at the end. Yeah, I don't really throw this on backhands at all. Sometimes, if I'm trying to, there's one hole 20 on at Silver Creek, where it takes a big skip to ace it, and I've been trying to do it, so probably the only hole that I backhand this disc on. But great reliable disc for forehand. Next is my Champion flat top rock from Panda 8. This has been in the bag for a long time, but it's still just so beefy. It's way more beefy than the Glow one still, so it's for crazy shots. But yeah, so it's just kind of another bag slot holder there. Don't have another disc for this spot anyways, so it's just nice to have just in case I lose my other 2 Firebirds. Alright, next, my distance drivers. I have 4 distance drivers, and they are all pretty much the same thing. So first off, we have a 163 GStar Destroyer. Yes, I have a noodle arm. I am not afraid to admit that. This thing is, obviously with GStar, it's less stable with weight, it's easier to throw, it's like perfect for me. This thing is like a straight destroyer. Like, I see my friends throwing these high-speed discs, and they're able to throw them straight with just obviously reliable finish at the end because they are destroyers. And I was never able to do that. Mine, I always had to throw on these big flex lines if I wanted to get distance. This one I don't. I can throw this one flat, and I know it's going to go far, and it's going to have a nice little fade at the end, and don't have to worry about it. I don't think it's even straight enough that I have to worry about it in the wind. I think it's still stable enough where it might get a little S out of it, but I know it's not going to turn over. Next is my Blue Destroyer from last year. So I lost my other GStar Destroyer, my factory second one that I've had in my bag forever. It was pretty tragic. Loved that thing, because that thing was max weight, but it was so beat in that it flew like the one I just had. Whereas this one was always the backup for it, or the headwind one. So this one, for a while, I just got that one more recently, so this one was me trying to get this one in there for a while. But I still, yeah, like I said, I had to do these huge panning shots for it. Still wasn't straight enough. This one's max weight. But it's slowly being in, and this is definitely my, just in case that one is bad in the headwind. I haven't really played with it in the headwind that much, but if it is, this will be my go-to for my distance, if I'm trying to bomb destroyer. Next, my Greater Milwaukee Open Destroyer. This thing I fell in love with at Rolling Ridge during Silver Cup. Just perfect for my forehands. It's flat, so I was just throwing these huge flex forehands with them, and they were just, it was going perfect. I shot like a 940 something round, so at that point it was like almost 30 above my rating, and it was honestly because of this disc. It was just so reliable. I was just hitting my lines with it, loved it. I love forehanding this thing. My max distance, just forehand disc, and yeah, it's reliable. Last is my Paul Macbeth Destroyer. This thing, Beefcake. That's what it is. Don't really have much to say about it besides that. I want to get left with some distance. I go to this thing. I know it's never going to turn over. Don't really turn over the other destroyers anyways, but yeah, utility destroyer. That's about it. So yeah, the rest of the season I have, like I said, I have Washington County Open on Saturday. Then I have Sandy Knoll Series number 2 on Sunday, and then I'm not officially in it. 2 spots out of the waitlist, on the waitlist yet, but I was 7th on this tournament that's coming up. So I moved up 5 spots already. This is the Toys for Tots in Wilmer, Minnesota. I'm gonna go there on the way to back to school. It's a little C tier, and then I have another C tier, a lot of C tiers, 3 C tiers left. Probably the most I've ever played. But last is the Franklin Fling, I believe. It is in Belle Plaine, Iowa. Another little C tier, so playing advanced in all of them. So yeah, I played intermediate at North Star Open, took 5th. Decided, hey, I've taken top 10 in intermediate. I haven't got a win yet, sadly, but taking top 10 in every tournament I've played in over the last year except for one. So I'm like, it's time to move up. Played Open at Silver Cup. Was pretty happy, shot above my rating. My rating went up, so yeah, wasn't gonna cash. I knew that. So yeah, now I decided I'm gonna play intermediate or advanced the rest of the year. Probably do that until again I take top 10 multiple times in a year. It's consistently taking top 10s. Then hopefully I'll go up to Open. But yeah, that's the rest of the year.